The power of micro-habits explained the hidden force behind success. What are micro-habits? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their goals with ease, while others struggle to make progress? The answer lies in the power of micro-habits, tiny, consistent actions that can add up to make a significant difference in our lives. In this section, we'll explore the concept of micro-habits, the science behind their success, and debunk common misconceptions about building habits. Meet Sarah, a busy marketing executive who's struggling to find time for exercise. She's always felt guilty about skipping her daily workouts, but with a jam-packed schedule, she can't seem to fit it in. However, Sarah has a secret weapon, a micro-habit. Every morning, without fail, she takes a 10-minute walk around her block before starting her day. It's not much, but this tiny habit has become a game-changer for her. Not only does it clear her mind and boost her energy, but it's also helped her develop a consistent exercise routine. So, what exactly are micro-habits? In simple terms, they're small, manageable actions that we can perform daily or weekly to build towards larger goals. The key is to start small and focus on creating a chain of tiny habits that lead to bigger accomplishments. According to Charles Duhigg, author of The Power of Habit, micro-habits work because they create a habit loop, a cycle of cue, routine, and reward that becomes automatic over time. For example, let's say you want to start a meditation practice. Instead of trying to commit to a 30-minute session each day, you start with a micro-habit of simply sitting in silence for 2 minutes each morning. This tiny action becomes a cue for your brain to associate meditation with relaxation and calmness. As you continue to build this habit, you can gradually increase the duration and intensity of your practice. But what about the science behind micro-habits? Research has shown that our brains are wired to respond to small, consistent actions. When we perform a micro-habit, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that reinforces behavior and motivates us to repeat it. This is why micro-habits can be so powerful. They create a self-reinforcing cycle that helps us build momentum towards our goals. Now, let's debunk some common misconceptions about building habits. Many people believe that habits require willpower and discipline. But the truth is that they're more about creating a system than relying on willpower. In fact, research has shown that willpower is a limited resource that can be depleted over time. By focusing on small, consistent actions, we can avoid burnout and build habits that last. Another misconception is that habits require a lot of time and effort. Not true. Micro-habits can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths each morning or doing a quick stretch before bed. The key is to find tiny actions that you can commit to daily or weekly without feeling overwhelmed. So, how can you start building micro-habits in your life? Begin by identifying a goal you'd like to achieve, whether it's exercise, productivity, or creativity. Then, break it down into tiny, manageable actions that you can perform daily or weekly. For example, if you want to start writing a novel, your micro-habit might be to write 100 words each day. If you want to improve your public speaking skills, your micro-habit might be to practice speaking in front of a mirror for 2 minutes each day. Remember, the power of micro-habits lies in their simplicity and consistency. By focusing on tiny actions that we can perform daily or weekly, we can build habits that lead to bigger accomplishments. So, what's your first micro-habit going to be? Will you start a new exercise routine, a meditation practice, or a creative project? The choice is yours, but with the power of micro-habits on your side, the possibilities are endless. As we conclude this section, remember that micro-habits are not just about achieving big goals. They're also about creating a sense of control and agency in our lives. By building tiny habits that we can commit to, daily or weekly, we can develop a sense of momentum and progress that's hard to achieve with traditional goal-setting methods. In the next section, we'll explore how micro-habits can be used to overcome common obstacles and stay motivated on our journey to success. So, stay tuned for more insights and strategies on how to harness the power of micro-habits in your life. In the meantime, share with us in the comments below. What is your biggest goal that you're struggling to achieve? How can you break it down into smaller, manageable actions? Using the power of micro-habits, let's keep the conversation going and support each other on our journey to success. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next section. The micro-habit formula. How to build lasting change when it comes to creating lasting change. Many of us get stuck in a cycle of good intentions and poor follow-through. We start strong, but somehow manage to let our habits slip away like sand between our fingers. The key to breaking this cycle lies in the power of micro-habits. Tiny, consistent actions that can add up to create profound transformations. But what makes a micro-habit truly effective? To unlock this secret, let's dive into the micro-habit formula. The micro-habit formula consists of 3 essential components: a clear goal, a specific action, and a trigger. First, you need to define what you want to achieve. This is your clear goal. Next, you need to identify a specific action that will bring you closer to your goal. This is the behavior you want to adopt. Finally, you need a trigger to remind you to take that action. It could be a specific time of day, a particular location, or even a specific object. One of the most powerful tools for building habits is to stack new behaviors onto existing ones. This is known as the habit stacking technique. For example, if you already have a morning routine of sipping coffee and checking your phone, you can stack a new habit, like meditating or journaling, onto this existing routine. The idea is to take advantage of the momentum you already have and use it to propel yourself forward. But what about when life gets in the way? When faced with common obstacles like procrastination, fear, or lack of motivation, it's essential to have a solid strategy in place. One approach is to break down your goal into smaller, manageable chunks. This is called habit segmentation. By focusing on one small step at a time, you can build momentum and confidence, making it easier to overcome obstacles and stay on track. Another crucial factor in building lasting change is to create an environment that supports your goals. This is often referred to as habit crafting. By designing your surroundings to facilitate your desired behaviors, you can reduce the likelihood of distractions and increase the chances of success. For instance, if you want to start a new exercise routine, you can set up a dedicated workout space in your home, or find a fitness class that fits your schedule. As you progress on your journey, it's essential to maintain momentum and keep your goals top of mind. One effective technique is to create a habit tracker, a visual tool that helps you monitor your progress and stay motivated. You can use a spreadsheet, a mobile app, or even a simple paper notebook to track your daily habits. Seeing your successes and setbacks can help you identify patterns and make adjustments as needed. The key to lasting change is to focus on the process, not just the outcome. By breaking down your goals into manageable habits and creating an environment that supports your progress, you can build a strong foundation for success. Remember, the micro-habit formula is a powerful tool for creating lasting change. By applying its principles and staying committed to your goals, you can unlock your full potential and achieve the success you've always dreamed of. As they began to build their micro-habits, Emily noticed a profound shift in her mental well-being. She was no longer plagued by anxiety and stress, and her mood had become more stable overall. The exercise routine she'd started with just a 10-minute walk each day had sparked a chain reaction of positive changes. She felt more energized, her sleep improved, and she was able to tackle challenges that had previously seemed insurmountable. Meanwhile, across the globe, software engineer Ryan was using micro-habits to revolutionize his work. By dedicating just 30 minutes each day to writing code, he'd created a mobile app that went on to generate millions of dollars in revenue. Ryan's micro-habit had snowballed into a full-fledged business. But more astonishingly, it had also improved his relationships with family and friends. He'd become more present and engaged in social situations, and his loved ones had begun to notice the change. The success stories of Emily and Ryan illustrate the far-reaching potential of micro-habits. By starting small and being consistent, individuals can unlock a wide range of benefits that extend far beyond the initial goal. Micro-habits can improve physical health, boost creativity, and even enhance our relationships with others. But here's the most remarkable thing. Anyone can do it. You don't need to be a high achiever or a genius to harness the power of micro-habits. All you need is a willingness to start small and be consistent. As we explore the science behind micro-habits, one thing becomes clear. It's not about grand, sweeping changes. It's about tiny, incremental steps that add up to make a significant impact. So, what's holding you back from unlocking your full potential? What micro-habit could you start today that would set you on a path towards remarkable success? The possibilities are endless, and it all begins with a single, small step.